Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh, and in this Push Play Overwatch Guide series we get you into battle with Overwatch's heroes as quickly as possible, with a quick tip guide in just 3 minutes. Here we focus on general playstyle and simple tips to get you going. For more in-depth guides, subscribe for our longer guide series coming soon. In this episode we're introducing Tracer, fearless pilot, time-jumping adventurer, and an irrepressible force for good. Countdown to guide start initiated.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tracer should be played as a disruptive, flanking damage dealer. Her pulse pistols don't require a reload, Blink can get her into and out of trouble very quickly, Recall allows quick healing and life-saving mobility, and Pulse Bomb has the capacity to wipe unwary enemy teams and bust static defense points. Check out the Overwatch website for more in-depth videos of these abilities. Tracer's at her best when using her exceptional movement to harass, flank enemy lines, focus lone or squishy targets, and bust closely knit groups or defences with her Pulse Bomb. Here's a couple of simple things to try and do as Tracer. Do float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Tracer excels at regular, annoying damage in the right hands. Use your movement abilities to get in and out, deal damage, and focus as a newer player on putting out consistent damage while surviving to heal up with recall or health packs. Absolutely do try going solo, but not all of the time. Tracer's great at outflanking enemy teams and both damaging and distracting an enemy defense. Sometimes moving people out of position or forcing them to go and recover is just as valuable as killing them. Do take a few solo trips, but be sure to group up with your team to assist with payloads, points and objectives. If you're off on your own and your team are trying to capture a point, you're not really being much help in some ways. Do use Blink often, and don't sit on your recall too much. A lot of newer players tend to save both abilities for a big combo, so triple blinking all the way into somewhere, then recalling all the way back. This is great in some situations, like when you have a Pulse Bomb and want to shred a defense, but shouldn't mean that you save both abilities for the dream. Blink a few times to get into the fight, blink away to a health pack, it's got a relatively quick recharge, it should mean that you're ready to roll again soon. Don't fight groups head on. Tracer has low health, so in anything greater than a 1v1 fight, she needs to be using her mobility to survive, dancing around, whittling down enemies, jumping in and out of the fray. If you regularly run into outnumbered, or sometimes even evenly numbered team fights, your health may lead you to getting shredded before you can have an impact. Try to avoid fighting at range. Tracer's guns have a big spread and damage drop off beyond close range. She can be really damaging up front, but you're not really going to be doing anything shooting from distance. Here's a few things to remember as Tracer. Remember that recall moves you back 3 seconds in time to your previous location, health state, and also removes debuffs like Zenyatta's Orb of Discord. Recalling to places your opponents won't be able to follow you is an excellent way to give yourself room to recover and launch some deadly attacks. Learn your maps accordingly. Another thing to remember, Pulse Bomb can stick to enemy heroes. A stickied hero is harder to avoid than running from a mine that's been stuck on the floor. Practice this once you've got the basics to increase the damage and kills your Pulse Bomb can do. Here's a couple of tips as to when and when not to pick Tracer. On attack, try and grab Tracer when you've got flanking routes or when your team's moved through big choke points already. If your team's running with a quite mobile composition with a few Lucios or a few other quick flanking attacking characters, then Tracer can be very strong as well, getting around the side to start capturing points and needling static defences as you try to push payloads. If your team happens to be struggling with a very close choke point, particularly on attack, then it might be time to switch to a more durable attacking hero to make sure you can bust that point and then break into Tracer for flank. Some examples of where your team may struggle in a quick play scenario include things like the Temple of Anubis' first gate, the Hammeh first gate, and other places where space is at a premium and there's not huge amounts of space for Tracer to actually blink through. You might want to try and go for some vertical ability in this case, maybe a Pharaoh or similar. Finally, to round up, here's a couple of top tips. Did you know that Tracer's pistols give an audio cue when they're getting to the last rounds of a clip? This is a good way of listening out for when you might need to reload. In a frantic fight, listen for this noise and save yourself having to look away from the action. Thanks so much for tuning in to our guide to Tracer. We hope this gets you playing and experimenting with her in-game as quickly as possible, and hopefully it keeps you alive for longer than I was when I first played her. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment with what you'd like to see next and any heroes you'd like to see us cover. I also run regular Overwatch hero story, world lore, voice line, and interaction series, so do check all of those out too on the channel. We'll be dropping 3 to 5 videos a week minimum through release and beyond. Anything you'd like to see more of, please just let us know. Cheers for tuning in, I've been Hammeh, and take it easy.